Morning, happy YouTube day. Behind me, Ballistic Caravan from Elite Caravans. This one is just going to be short and sweet. I'm going to just show you exactly what we've done and how we've done it. 3 kVA Victron MultiPlus, 50 amps of DC charge, a 30 amp and a 50 amp solar controller, a Victron shunt, the Cerbo screen setup, the smart signal converter for all the tank levels. They had 3, now they've got 4, and then they've got 620 amp hours of lithium with some Power Scout. Yes, Power Scouts. We didn't supply the batteries, the customer had already gotten them. You see main door here, a real skinny sort of tunnel boot at the back, and this is what she looks like. So like I said, you got 620 amp hours across 2 310 amp hour lithium batteries. We've got a circuit breaker there for the inverter. We've got our MIDI fuses here for our charging and our 12 volt outputs. Bluetooth shunt, which is connected to the Cerbo smart signal converter. So we're doing 4 tanks. It had 3 tanks in there and we've added a 4th tank sender to do all 4s. 30 amp solar controller, 50 amp solar controller, the solar isolators for them, a 20 amp solar controller for the solar Anderson plug outside here. Plug straight into that and away you go. You've got a 50 amp DC charger, the DC charger input fuse, low voltage disconnect or battery protect is what Victron calls them. Now this is on a black switch inside, which I'll show you, and that is powering and killing the power to this fuse panel, and then there's also another fuse panel inside. We've done some 240 AC joins just up the top here, and then yeah, just your Cerbo down the bottom here. Fully airtight box, AS3001 compliant. Batteries are inside the box. The airtight box is okay to have your charging components and whatnot in there. This is a bit of a custom mod box on the back of the vehicle. Our inverter is in the back as well, but on the other side. You've got your 12 volt in, 240 in and out. We've got all our stickers mounted up. We've just done like an extra support panel, which will then, I'll show you the back of it, goes on to the where the washing machine and drawer. So that's on the, also at the rear, but at the opposite side. And then that's the inverter cables going through in there. All right, now straight into the van as we step in. Main door, bed at the front layout, club lounge, and then shower at the back, kitchen on the passenger side, club lounge on the driver's side, and then you've got your toilet. So those cables here, back of the washing machine section and then back of the drawer, they're all the inverter cables, DC and AC. And then in this overhead, we've got our reworked fuse panel area. You've got 2 water pumps, you've got your gas, hot water on off, your AC inputs and AC outputs, and then your aircon. And then this is another fuse panel inside. We've got a black switch here, which runs the low voltage disconnect, which is turning everything on and everything off. So let's say I go through and turn on all our lights in here. If I flick that off, we're killing our lights and the fridge, all our 12 volt. Tank senders used to be on this, now they're on here. 4 tanks, front fresh, fresh middle, and then fresh rear, and then we've got a grey at the rear as well. They're all 95s, the fresh, and then the grey is a 65, I believe. Old MultiPlus control for the inverter. Now we are turning the inverter on from the screen. If we go back there, inverter is on. We're not plugged into mains power, we are fully disconnected. Let's run the kettle. We're drawing 63 amps, but we're also getting a little bit of solar in as well. So 1800 watts running the kettle. Now the batteries have a daily BMS. So I'll just look at them as singles. So we're drawing 82 amps off this one. And then off the other one, we're drawing 85 amps. So because we've wired up the batteries the right way, which I'll show you, the active goes from the positive of the back battery to the circuit breaker, and then there's a battery link, which is 70mm cable, and then the negative is coming off this front battery and then another battery link cable. Because we've done that, batteries are going to stay balanced, and when you're drawing your power, so we're drawing over 66 amps, you're getting roughly just over 80 amps off both batteries, which is perfect. Now, this is what the amperage readings used to come through before. You got DC volts, DC amps. It's a bit of an upgrade from the ancient system that used to be there. This is connected to the portal. I've set all that up with the customers. There's not much else to it really, just another simple setup that's going to work. They're going to be able to go fully off grid. They're going to be able to charge on shore power. Whilst they're driving, they're going to have 50 amps of DC charge plus another 50 odd of solar from the roof. I have not shown you the solar on the roof. So on the roof, they've got two 220 watt panels and two 250 watt panels. We've also done the van antenna dome, which used to be where my finger is there underneath that front panel, but it actually hits their roof where they keep it. So that's why we've put the Cowfish van antenna dome at the front to lower the height of it, so it's not going to hit on where they store their van now. So what I was saying is they can be driving down the road 50 amps of DC charge off the alternator from the tow vehicle, and they can be getting, on a decent day, another 50 amps from the solar on the roof. So they can be charging at a total of 100 amps whilst they're driving on a good day. And then when they have access to shore power, you plug in your shore power, you turn the inverter to on mode, and you'll be charging at 120 amps as well, which is just fantastic. Turn the inverter off because it's going to use power while it's sitting there just on standby, and this battery will be full shortly. Let's go into the solar system and we'll just have a quick look at our stats from yesterday. I'll just try and be quick with this. So on our 50 amp charger, we got a maximum of 31.6 amps yesterday and a maximum power of 440 watts. Now that would be on a 500 watt array. So then on our 30 amp charger, we got a maximum of 27.7 amps, and that was 385 watts. This was yesterday, and that would have been that's a 440 watt array. So both arrays are working quite efficiently. And then I just had my old crappy 200 watt solar blanket plugged in to the solar blanket charger, and it was getting in 9.4 amps. So a little bit extra for them there as well. This was the Elite Ballistic. If you are looking to get this done or have any questions about this system, get in touch or drop a comment, and yeah, we'll see you on the next video.